Today on Numismatic Treasures, I want to take you on a fascinating journey through three extraordinary American dimes that command far more respect and value than their humble 10-cent denomination might suggest. These aren't just pocket change, they're historical artifacts, each with a story more valuable than the silver they contain. While millions of dimes sit forgotten in coin jars across America, the three specimens we'll examine today have numismatists and collectors scrambling to add them to their collections, sometimes paying thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars for the privilege. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who inherited Grandpa's old coin collection, understanding what makes these particular dimes special could quite literally be worth a small fortune. Let's begin with what might be hiding in your pocket change right now. The elusive 1999 Roosevelt dime with a jaw-dropping error that transformed ordinary coins into numismatic gold. In the collecting world, we often say that imperfection creates perfection, and nowhere is this more evident than with the 1999 wide AM Roosevelt dime. The story begins at the Philadelphia Mint during a time of transition. Throughout most of the 1990s, Roosevelt dimes featured what numismatists call a close AM reverse, where the letters A and M in America nearly touch. However, the Mint had created new dies for the upcoming statehood quarter program with a wide AM spacing, where these letters have a distinct gap between them. Somehow, in the busy production environment of the Philadelphia Mint, a reverse die intended for quarters was mistakenly paired with a dime obverse die. This might seem like a minor detail, but in the world of numismatics, such mint errors represent both rarity and historical documentation of mint processes. The resulting coins, 1999 Philadelphia dimes with wide AM reverses, slipped into circulation without anyone noticing initially. It wasn't until careful collectors began examining their change that this extraordinary error was discovered. What makes identifying this dime particularly challenging is that the difference is subtle to the untrained eye. You'll need at least a 5x magnifying glass to properly distinguish between the regular close AM and the rare wide AM variants. Under magnification, the regular dime shows the A and M in America nearly touching or actually connected at their bases. On the error coin, there's a clear, distinct space between these letters. Additionally, the serifs, those small lines at the ends of the letters, have a different appearance between the two varieties. Another key diagnostic feature can be found in the FG initials, for Frank Gasparo, the designer, near the torch on the reverse. On normal dimes, these initials are positioned closer to the torch, while on the error coins, they're slightly farther away. Professional graders also examine the fonts used on one dime, which shows subtle differences between the regular issue and error coins. The market value for these error dimes is nothing short of astonishing. While a standard 1999 Philadelphia dime is worth exactly 10 cents, the wide AM error specimens command premium prices far beyond their face value. In circulated condition, even with visible wear, these dimes regularly sell for $150 to $300. In uncirculated condition, what collectors call mint state, prices climb dramatically. A mint state 63, on the 70-point grading scale, example might fetch $400 to $500, while pristine MS 65 or higher examples have sold for $1,000 to $1,500. In 2019, a particularly well-preserved specimen graded MS 67 by PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, sold at auction for an astounding $6,900. That's nearly 69,000 times its face value. Even more remarkable, experts believe there are only a few thousand of these error coins in existence among the hundreds of millions of 1999 dimes produced. This makes the search for them something of a numismatic treasure hunt. The discovery of these error dimes sparked what many collectors call the pocket change gold rush of the early 2000s. Once word spread about their value, collectors began meticulously examining every 1999 dime they encountered. Coin roll hunting, the practice of searching through bank rolls of coins for valuable specimens, experienced a surge in popularity. Some dedicated hunters went through thousands of dollars in dimes looking for this specific error. There's something democratizing about error coins like the 1999 Wide AM dime. Unlike many high-value numismatic treasures that were immediately recognized as special and preserved in collections, these coins circulated anonymously alongside ordinary currency. This means that anyone, regardless of their collecting background or financial resources, has a chance to discover one in their everyday transactions. Stories abound of casual collectors who found these dimes in their pocket change and suddenly found themselves holding a coin worth hundreds of times its face value. What's particularly interesting about the 1999 Wide AM dime error is how it illuminates the complex production processes at the U.S. Mint. Modern minting involves numerous steps and multiple die pairs, creating opportunities for such mix-ups to occur. The fact that these errors made it past quality control speaks to the high-volume production environment and the limitations of human oversight in the process. The condition factor for these coins is especially critical. Because they weren't recognized as special when released, most entered circulation and experienced the typical wear of everyday use. Finding examples in pristine condition is exceedingly difficult, which creates a premium for well-preserved specimens. Professional grading becomes essential for these coins, as the difference between consecutive grade points can mean hundreds or even thousands of dollars in value. For the collector or inheritor of coins, the lesson here is clear: appearances can be deceiving, and sometimes the most valuable treasures don't announce themselves. A seemingly ordinary Roosevelt dime in your change jar or collection could be worth a small fortune if it happens to be one of these error coins. This is why I always recommend that collectors familiarize themselves with key diagnostics and either learn to use proper magnification tools or develop a relationship with a trusted dealer who can help identify such treasures. The 1999 Wide AM dime also demonstrates an important principle in numismatics, that coin values aren't always determined by age. While many assume that only ancient or very old coins command premium prices, here we have a modern coin, just over 2 decades old, that sells for hundreds or thousands of dollars due to its unique error status. This modernity also means that new examples are still being discovered, adding an exciting element of possibility to contemporary collecting. Now let's travel back to 2007 for our second remarkable dime, one that showcases how even the most technologically advanced minting processes can still produce extraordinary errors worth thousands of dollars. The 2007 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark represents one of the most fascinating modern mint errors that continues to captivate collectors and casual coin enthusiasts alike. The story begins at the Denver Mint during a particularly busy production year. Under normal circumstances, all Roosevelt dimes struck at the Denver facility should bear the small D mint mark below the date, distinguishing them from coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint. However, in 2007, something unusual happened. A small batch of dimes struck in Denver somehow missed the crucial step of having the mint mark punched into the die. This oversight created what numismatists now refer to as the 2007 no mint mark Roosevelt dime. What makes this error particularly significant is its rarity combined with the systematic nature of the mistake. Unlike some random striking errors that might affect individual coins, this error affected an entire production run, albeit a small one. The minting process for modern U.S. coins is highly automated and includes multiple quality control checkpoints. For a coin to be struck without its mint mark requires a substantial breakdown in these quality control measures. In this case, experts believe that a die intended for Philadelphia, where dimes traditionally don't carry a mint mark, was mistakenly sent to Denver, or more likely, a Denver die somehow missed the mint mark application process. Identifying these error coins requires careful examination. The absence of the D mint mark below the date on the obverse side is the primary diagnostic feature. However, authentication is crucial because there are unfortunately many altered coins where the mint mark has been deliberately removed by unscrupulous individuals hoping to pass off regular coins as rare errors. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have developed specialized authentication protocols for these coins, examining the area where the mint mark should be for signs of tampering. Another key identifying feature is the general strike quality and characteristics unique to the Denver Mint. Experts can often distinguish between Philadelphia and Denver strikes based on subtle differences in strike pressure, luster, and other mint-specific characteristics. This is why professional authentication becomes essential for these high-value error coins. The market value of the 2007 No Mint Mark dime is truly remarkable. While a standard 2007 dime is worth merely face value, these error coins command prices that would shock most non-collectors. In circulated condition, these error dimes typically sell for $50 to $150, depending on the degree of wear. Uncirculated examples, however, reach much higher values. In mint state grades, these coins regularly achieve prices between $300 and $800. The highest grade specimens, those graded MS-67 or above, have sold at auction for upwards of $2,500. In 2018, a particularly pristine example graded MS-68 by PCGS sold for an astounding $4,700, making it worth 47,000 times its face value. What makes these coins particularly alluring to collectors is their place in the broader context of U.S. mint errors. They represent a distinct category of error called missing mint mark errors, which have historical significance in the cataloging of U.S. numismatic mistakes. Unlike some mint errors that are visually obvious, like off-center strikes or double dies, the missing mint mark error requires knowledge and careful examination to identify, adding an element of sophistication to the hunt. The exact number of 2007 No Mint Mark dimes produced remains unknown, but numismatic experts estimate that only a few thousand exist among the hundreds of millions of dimes struck that year. This extreme rarity explains the premium prices they command. More fascinating still, new examples continue to be discovered, sometimes by ordinary people simply checking their change. There's a wonderful story of a Nevada school teacher who discovered one of these coins in her classroom change jar in 2015. Having heard about the error, she checked her coin collection and found a 2007 dime without the expected D mint mark. After professional authentication, the coin was graded MS-64 and sold for $760, a significant windfall from a coin she had received in ordinary change. The condition factor for these coins creates an interesting dynamic in the market. Since they weren't immediately recognized as special when released, most entered circulation and experienced typical wear. Finding examples in pristine condition is exceedingly rare, which creates substantial price differentials between consecutive grade points. A coin graded MS-65 might sell for twice as much as the same coin graded MS-64, despite the seemingly small difference in quality. For collectors, the 2007 No Mint Mark dime represents an exciting possibility, the chance to find a valuable rarity in everyday change. This treasure hunt aspect of numismatics keeps many collectors vigilantly checking their pocket change, hoping to spot one of these valuable errors. It's one of the few areas in modern collecting where significant discoveries are still possible without substantial financial investment. The historical significance of the 2007 No Mint Mark dime extends beyond its rarity. It documents a specific failure in the minting process during a time when the U.S. Mint was operating at near capacity, producing not only regular circulation coins but also the popular presidential dollar series and other commemorative issues. This context helps explain how such an error could occur despite advanced quality control measures. For those who might own one of these treasures without realizing it, the lesson is clear: it pays to be knowledgeable about the coins in your possession. Something as seemingly ordinary as a dime from 2007 could be worth hundreds or thousands of dollars if it happens to be one of these notable errors. This is why I always encourage both serious collectors and casual coin enthusiasts to learn about key diagnostics and notable varieties. The 2007 No Mint Mark dime also exemplifies an important principle in numismatics: sometimes the most valuable coins aren't those made of precious metals or with the lowest mintages, but those that document interesting moments in minting history through their errors and varieties. These coins tell stories that go beyond their metal content or artistic design, offering glimpses into the complex industrial processes that create our nation's currency. Now, let's journey back to 1970 for our final remarkable dime, one that combines historical significance with extreme rarity and often flies under the radar of even seasoned collectors. The 1970 Roosevelt dime with a small date and no mint mark represents one of the most elusive and valuable modern dimes in American numismatics. The story begins at the San Francisco Mint during a transitional period in American coinage. In 1970, the San Francisco facility was producing both proof coins for collectors and regular business strike coins for circulation. All dimes struck at San Francisco should bear the S mint mark, prominently displayed below the date on the obverse side. However, in an extraordinary minting error, a small batch of dimes was struck without the crucial S mint mark. What makes this error particularly significant is that it occurred during the production of proof coins, specially struck examples with mirror-like surfaces and frosted devices, intended for collectors rather than circulation. Proof coins undergo rigorous quality control, making this error all the more remarkable. Numismatic experts believe that a proof die intended for San Francisco production somehow missed the mint mark application process, creating what we now know as the 1970 no mint mark proof dime. The identification of these coins requires careful examination. Beyond the obvious absence of the S mint mark, authentic examples display all the characteristics of San Francisco proof production: deep mirror-like fields, sharply struck devices, and the distinctive cameo contrast between the frosted devices and reflective fields. Additionally, most examples show a small date variety, with the numerals 1970 appearing more compact than on regular issues. Authentication is absolutely crucial for these high-value coins. Over the years, unscrupulous individuals have attempted to remove mint marks from regular 1970 proof dimes to create counterfeit, no S varieties. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have developed specialized authentication protocols, examining the area where the mint mark should be for signs of tampering and verifying other San Francisco production characteristics. The market value of the 1970 no mint mark proof dime is nothing short of astounding. While a regular 1970 proof dime might sell for $5 to $10, these error coins are among the most valuable modern dimes in existence. Even in lower proof grades, these coins regularly command prices between $400 and $700. In higher grades, particularly with strong cameo contrast, prices climb dramatically. In proof 65 to proof 67 grades, these dimes typically sell for $1,000 to $2,500. The finest examples, graded proof 68 or proof 69 with deep cameo contrast, have sold at auction for truly remarkable sums. In 2019, a particularly pristine example graded proof 69 deep cameo by PCGS sold for an astounding $32,900, making it one of the most valuable modern dimes ever sold at auction. What makes these coins particularly fascinating to collectors is their extreme rarity. Numismatic experts estimate that only about 2,200 examples were produced before the error was discovered and corrected. However, the actual number available to collectors is believed to be much lower, perhaps fewer than 1,000 specimens, as many were likely spent or lost before their significance was recognized. The 1970 no mint mark dime holds a special place in the series of no S proof coin errors. The U.S. Mint produced several such errors over the years, including the 1968 no S dime, the 1975 no S dime, and the 1990 no S penny. Among these, the 1970 no mint mark dime is considered the third rarest, behind only the legendary 1975 no S dime, of which only 2 examples are known, and the 1983 no S dime. The discovery of these error coins created quite a stir in the numismatic community when they were first identified. Unlike some mint errors that are immediately obvious, these required careful examination to distinguish from regular Philadelphia minted dimes. The initial discovery is credited to a careful collector who noticed the absence of the expected S mint mark on a coin that clearly displayed proof characteristics. For collectors, the hunt for these treasure coins presents a unique challenge. Since they were released in proof sets intended for collectors, they didn't enter circulation through normal channels. However, over the decades, some have been broken out of their original packaging and mixed with regular coins. This creates the tantalizing possibility that unidentified examples might still exist in inherited collections or among coins that have been overlooked. The condition factor for these proof coins is particularly interesting. Unlike business strike coins that might show wear from circulation, proof coins are typically well preserved from the moment of their creation. This means that most surviving examples remain in high grades, with the primary value differentiation coming from the quality of the strike, the presence of any handling marks, and the intensity of the cameo contrast between the devices and fields. The historical significance of the 1970s no-mint mark dime extends beyond its rarity. It documents a specific quality control failure during a transitional period in American coinage. The year 1970 saw the last silver coins removed from circulation and represented a time of significant change at the U.S. Mint. This context helps explain how such an error could occur despite the rigorous quality standards typically applied to proof production. For the collector or inheritor of coins, the 1970s no-mint mark dime represents the dream find, a coin that could be worth tens of thousands of dollars but might easily be overlooked by those unfamiliar with its significance. This is why I always recommend that collectors familiarize themselves with key diagnostics of valuable varieties and either learn to use proper magnification tools or develop a relationship with a trusted dealer who can help identify such treasures. We've journeyed through 3 remarkable American dimes, each with its own unique story and considerable value. From the modern 1999 wide AM error that could be hiding in your pocket change, to the elusive 2007 no-mint mark dime documenting a quality control lapse, to the exceptionally rare 1970s no-mint mark proof dime treasured by serious collectors, these coins remind us that numismatics is about more than just metal and dates. It's about history, craftsmanship, and the fascinating stories behind each piece. Whether you're a dedicated collector or someone who inherited a jar of old coins, I hope this exploration encourages you to look more closely at those seemingly ordinary dimes. After all, you never know when 10 cents might actually be worth thousands. Until next time, happy collecting.